All right, so I wanted to try something, and it's probably a bad idea, but I saw somebody else attempt it online, and I just wanted to see what happened. I'm gonna attempt to turn candy corn into alcohol. I'm gonna attempt to make basically just a simple syrup with it at first, and then see what we get. All right, we'll start with 4 cups of water, and I'll get that boiling, and then I'll add in the candy corn. Also, just so you can see, let's see if I can put a picture of it. You can't see it here, but there's nothing in there that I can tell that has sorbates or sulfites or anything like that. So I think it should be able to ferment if I can get it into liquid form. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. All right, got some water boiling here, and I measured out 1 cup of candy corn, which I know is not really a cup, but it's just some way to measure it. I put it on the scale, I get a little over 200 grams. So I'm gonna dump it in and see what we get, just a little bit at a time. It's turning orange really fast. It definitely smells like candy corn. Let's see if I can get this whole package to dissolve in here. Looks like they're dissolving pretty good. So 4 cups of water so far with 1 11-ounce package of candy corn. And I'm gonna see what, after this cools off, I'm gonna see what the gravity is. And then I'll decide if I want to water it down more or dissolve another package and see if we want to. I was thinking maybe get it around a gravity of 1.050. And then I think that's an ABV of about 7, I think 7.2, which I don't know what this should be, but 7 seems like it's not too high. I imagine I'll have to back sweeten it, and I'll have to make another syrup like this. All right, I think everything is dissolved. I'm gonna let that cool, and then I will take a gravity reading and see what we're at. All right, this is cooled down to about room temperature. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and get a gravity reading on it. See what we get. It feels pretty thick and syrupy. So I think it's gonna be pretty high, so I don't think we'll have to worry about watering it down. On another note, I guess, I tasted it, and by itself it tastes basically like a watered down candy corn, which I don't know if you can really imagine that, but that's what it is. But I was curious, so I added a little bit of apple juice to it, and it tasted exactly like a candy apple. So that may be, if it ferments dry, I may end up back sweetening it with something like this syrup mixed with apple juice, and see what we get there, because that'd be a really good Halloween drink to have, is like a candy apple drink. Let's see what we get here. All right, that is coming out to 1.110. So yeah, I should be able to water that down pretty easily without many problems. All right, so yeah, I want to try and get it around to 1.050, and that should get it around 7% alcohol. And I'm gonna try fermenting it in this apple juice container. All right, yep, didn't really spill any of it. Yeah, there's a couple splashes, but that's fine. So now I'm just gonna fill that with water and see what we get. I think it should get us around the gravity we want. Okay, mix that up. All right, that's not too bad. That's pretty close. It's looking like it's at, so I'm looking at 1.056. So that's pretty close. That's pretty close to what I was hoping for. Look at how incredibly orange that is too. Looks like orange soda. So now I'm gonna use half a teaspoon of yeast nutrient. I think this is the diammonium phosphate. I'm gonna do half a packet of Lauvin 71B. Shake that up again. Okay, and now we wait. All right, quick update. It's the next day, the next morning. It is, in fact, fermenting. You can see on the airlock there, bubbling just a little bit, but we do have progress, so should get some amount of alcohol out of it. That was the main thing I guess I was worried about, that it wouldn't ferment at all, but it is. So we should have a product in a couple of weeks. So, all right. So it seems to be done fermenting. As you can see, there's been quite a bit of separation between, there's probably gelatin down here, but there's also a lot of dead yeast that seems to have picked up the orange dye and dyed the yeast orange. So we lost a lot of color there, but hopefully we can get that back with back sweetening. So let me see what we got here. Let me take some measurements and see what this has come out to in terms of alcohol, and give it a taste. I kind of don't expect it to be good just yet. Pretty sure it's fermented all the sugar out and it's just a lot of alcohol, but let me smell it. Definitely smells alcoholic. No longer like candy corn. It's smelling like freshly fermented apple cider at this point. All right, it's not totally fermented dry, so it technically may not be done yet. I could let it keep going. Oh, it's been just slightly over a week since I started, and we're getting a gravity of 1.008. So we're at 6.3% alcohol as it is. So I'm going to taste it now and see what we get. Should be a little bit sweet since it didn't ferment all the sugar out. Okay, that. So it smells kind of fruity. It's not bad. It definitely doesn't taste like candy corn though. It tastes, oh man, that tastes exactly like, it reminds me of something. Maybe pear juice? I can't quite pick it out. It's not bad. You know, it's not great. Cantaloupe? I think it tastes like cantaloupe. I think that's the flavor I'm getting. All right, I'm gonna see about racking this off of all the sediment in the bottom, all the orange stuff that got left behind. All right, so I have it all racked off into this pitcher, probably about 1.5 quarts. No, oh, it tastes like plum. It tastes like a plum. It tastes exactly like a plum. I figured it out. Wow, that's weird. I wonder if they use some kind of plum juice or something in the ingredients. I don't know. Whatever concoction of ingredients they use, if you ferment it, it comes out tasting exactly like plum, only maybe not as rich and sweet. But all right, let me. I'm gonna melt down this other package of candy corn into. I think I want to try 2 cups of water this time, and see if I can get it a more concentrated syrup. All right, while I'm waiting for this water to boil, I'm gonna go ahead and stabilize this. And I realize it's probably more like a quart, not 1.5 quarts, because there was some empty space in the fermenter. All right, I'm just gonna add some potassium sorbate. And that should just stop the fermentation process. All right, looks like we got the water boiling, so I'm just gonna start dumping this in. I should be able to get it all dissolved, I think. Even though it's only 2 cups this time, it all dissolved really fast when it was 4 cups, so. All right, that is so much thicker of a syrup than I had last time. All right, I think this has cooled down enough, at least. I think we can start trying to add it to this and see what we get. I was just gonna try a 1/4 cup at a time. Dump that in and stir it up. Getting some color back, that's good. Yeah, that didn't do anything. It just tastes like plum juice still. So let's see what we get now. It's a little bit better. Let's do another 1/4 cup. I don't know. It's so weird that it has a plum flavor. Let me just try adding some apple juice and see what that does. I'm gonna add like a 1/4 cup and see what we get. That didn't do anything. This is not great. I'm gonna add more syrup. I'm just gonna do a whole extra 1/2 cup. No, it's just not working. Do another 1/4 cup. It's kind of getting sweeter, but the amount of syrup I'm having to put in this to adjust the flavor of it at all is just not worth it. It's just so much extra sugar. I'll do another one. How much? It's at least like a 1.5 cups at this point. Into this just like 1 quart of drink. This is just so not worth it. No, it's not good. Just for whatever reason, there's an overwhelming flavor of plum. I do get some of the candy corn flavor. For whatever reason, when you ferment it, it tastes like plum juice. But let's get a gravity on it. It's about as sweet as apple juice, according to this, because I'm getting a reading of, it's like 1.050. So that's like right at what apple juice is. So overall, I would not recommend this. Maybe try it with cane sugar, fermenting the cane sugar first, and then back sweeten it with candy corn syrup, like I've made here. That could work. Or you could make just a non-alcoholic drink and do something like apple juice and candy corn syrup, because that tasted a lot like a candy apple. I don't know. Would not recommend. It's not bad. It's better now that I've added some sugar, I guess. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna drink this at all. I think I'll keep it around for the novelty, let other people try it if they want to, but overall, it is not worth the hassle. Don't do it.